Alright, I'm going to show you how to do the BacteriLab program. First, you're going to enter in a name for the student name. It really doesn't matter if you put your own name or someone else's. Then your ID number, you can put in any number, it doesn't matter, but it has to be a number. You can choose a set. Set 1, however, is the best because you have all the answers in your book for set 1. Then you can choose an unknown number in your book, begin, not start tutorial, and then it gives you a little splash page with the information. The first test you want to do, typically, is a gram stain. It's under morphology. You can check the appropriate result. Make sure to check it. If you're not sure about the type of shape, you can also do a phase contrast. That will give you the best quality answer. After you do this, typically you also want to determine whether or not the organism is facultative, anaerobe, or strict anaerobe, or aerobe. So you can do a fluid thioglycolate test. If you're unsure about what the result means, you can go up to Resources and then click on Test Reference. Test Reference then has all the different tests in this program. You can then select fluid thioglycolate and click over to Results and scroll through the different pictures of results for this particular test. So we can see that our organism is in fact a facultative anaerobe, but keep in mind that even though it says motility here, this is not a motility test. You have to do a motility test to determine motility. So we check fluid facultative, and then we'll check motility. Now you can see vibration here. This is not actual motility. This is just a aspect of the Brownian motion involved in the test. To be modal, it has to zip across the screen. So we're going to check non-modal. If you need to review the video, you can click on the motility test again to see it happen all over. Now we're going to do oxidase test to determine which chart we're going to be looking at as our final test. This is negative. So now we know that we are looking on page 251, and the top chart on 251 has all the requirements for this organism. Gram-negative, oxidase-negative, facultative anaerobes that are non-modal. Try to pick a test that will knock out several different organisms, in this case, orthonine decarboxylase. If you try to find this in the test reference, you will see that it's not there because it's a part of a class of tests called amino acid decarboxylases. Some tests are categories like this. We can see here that it's negative. Then we can choose another test. In this case, we'll choose a fermentation test, and we'll choose sucrose, which will eliminate a large number of organisms. Again, if you look here, you will see that sucrose does not exist, but it is a class of tests called fermentation of carbohydrates. These are all slightly different than what we've seen in class because they use a slightly different test using bromthiamyl blue instead of phenol red. After looking through all the results, we can see that it is an acid plus gas organism, and we will check that. This narrows us down to 2 options, and we will determine which of those 2 options it is by doing an indole test. Since it's indole positive, our organism is Klebsiella oxytoca. Now, key part here is making sure that you have correct spelling. If you're just a little bit off, the program will not accept it. If you submit an answer, double check your spelling if it says incorrect. Another thing to ensure is that you don't have any trailing spaces after your last word. Submit answer, and since it's correct, you can save the report. In the test scenario, you will save reports to your desktop. Make sure to click the desktop folder, and then save under folder name your name plus a number indicator. If you don't do a number, then it will not save appropriately. You want to do a new number each time. When you hit print file, you can see a preview of what will be printed. If, however, you want to go back over and review your responses, you can go find that under Resources. And you can also scroll through individual responses for any test that you've currently done in case you want to change an answer or correct an answer or add an answer if you forgot to check a result. During normal practice, if you want to do another organism, you just simply shut down this entire test and start over from the beginning, launching the program again. Thank you.